May the Force be with us.
So one of the things that also you mentioned as part of the story, but also impacts the daily area and the next slide, which I'll just click to, which is you get to choose as the Alliance commander if you want to back the Republic or back the Empire.
Right.
And that has a whole bunch of gameplay implications,
Right.
which is something new for us.
Yeah. So as part of the main storyline, you'll make a decision of, which side does your alliance back, the Republic or the Empire. That is the choice that the story will remember as we move forward. So whenever the next, update to the story comes out, that's the one that we'll remember. The first one that you make as part of the storyline. That said, every day that you log back in, you can actually switch that choice. You can change, redeploy your troops, so to speak, to support one side or the other. We wanted to make it open to you so that if players were grouping with a different set of friends, they had made a different story choice. We didn't want you to be locked out of joining with your friends if you really wanted to.
Right.
So you can actually change that, which side you're fighting for each day, once a day.
Yep. And as a note, just as a caveat, because this is a mechanical thing that will be important, because you also can work on, that also means since you can switch, you can also get missions from both sides. So you
Correct.
can work on the Imperial and Republic reputations that exist as
Right.
part of the daily area
Right.
separately. If you complete a mission, you cannot switch for that day, though. So
Right.
just so you know, so if you want to switch to murder your friends or work with your friends, do it before you start doing missions because you won't be able to change thereafter.
Yeah, yeah. But, it's a great chance to troll your friends by saying, hey, you want to be Republic tomorrow like we were today? Get them to say yes and then switch and go PvP them.
Yep. So someone else, can you explain the daily teaming up a bit more for PvE? So if I'm a Imperial agent and I choose to side with the Republic and you're
Right.
a trooper who went Republic, can you and I team up to do missions on Iokath?
No. Yeah, I believe the team up rules still work the same way that they do right now. That is something I'd love to tweak as we move forward. It just wasn't something that fit in here. But you will be friendly to one another, so you will not be, hostile. You won't be forced to kill each other to do things.
Yep.
Any of
Yep.
that.
And also, as talked about earlier, you can transform into things like walkers. And so what you see on the screen right now is two players as walkers shooting at each other.
Right.
And I can tell you we
Pretty
did,
fun.
because someone also asked, this was a great question, because certainly something that we saw earlier on with other open world areas, like way back in the day with Ilum, was at, performance. And so
Right.
how did we address that with Iokath?
Well, it's been several years now, for one thing. So, the strength of our servers and all of that has been dramatically improved. The processing and the graphics engine is all much smoother now. I'm not going to say that if you get a ton of people
Sure.
in one area, it's
Yeah.
not going to slow down a bit.
Yeah.
That's always
Yeah.
going to happen.
And we also did a whole bunch of testing on like how many people should be in each
Yeah.
area and that kind of stuff. And I can tell you, we did. I really,
Yeah.
really wish we would have gotten screenshots and videos of this. We did a really big internal playtest with
Yeah.
everyone at one time, and it was absurd.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's something else we didn't mention.
So
about
many people turned into walkers.
Yeah.
There was a bug that let them get into one area they weren't supposed to.
Yeah.
It got a little crazy. It
Yeah.
was pretty fun.
And the other thing that I forgot to mention related to PvP is when you kill other players,
They drop loot.
they drop loot.
Yeah.
Specifically, they drop the Iokath currency that you use to spend on things like transforming into other things or
Right.
piloting a walker, etc. You are not taking it from them. I just want to be clear.
Right,
You're
right.
not stealing
Yeah,
loot from other people.
Right. It's essentially the same loot package that any NPC in the area would drop, but it just gives you a little extra incentive and a little extra bonus anytime you defeat a player.
Yep.
Beyond just the pleasure of knowing that you did so.
Correct. And of course, if you're someone who only wants PvP or doesn't want to deal with fighting people at all, you can always switch between PvE and PvP instances.
Right.
So if you want to deal with it or want to find other people to fight with, you can choose that accordingly. You're not forced into doing either one.
Exactly.
So that is PvP.
Make 10 men feel like 100.
We'll take the next chance. And the next. You're rebels, aren't you?